Green Lantern wins. Unfortunately, the same cannot be said about its DC counterpart. But I didn't lose hope, since I grew up watching. And there is a reason Green Lantern is highlighted in all of DC's intros, instead of, say, thousands of other superheroes. The reasons are various, but the prime one for me was that his power comes from imagination, and so ingenuity is the name of the game here. I am talking rerouting blows, creating traps, relying on new inventions, and yet with all of this power, his belief doesn't change. It can't. Because in order to recharge his ring, he has to know and believe in the oath that in the brightest of days and in the darkest of nights, he will uphold justice. This makes sure that his feet stay on the ground no matter how high his power levels go. And here in this new movie, not only are these points emphasized, but the twists and turns are written and implemented in a surprising fashion. I was honestly shocked twice, as my expectations were subverted, and yet there was no need to have all of this. It could very well have worked as an origin movie for Jon Stewart, a PTSD-afflicted army veteran, completely rewriting the character and ignoring the original Hal Jordan. But no, the story finds a way to not change facts that we know and love. Yes, Hal Jordan was the first Green Lantern of Earth, and even a part of Justice League, but he has gone missing for more than a year. And now the rise of the new Green Lantern makes things very suspicious. There are tense confrontations and accusations, as Green Arrow is Hal Jordan's best friend and is visibly distraught. The relationships are maintained. Heck, the show even goes out of its way to inform you about Superman and Batman's reasons for not showing up. And so the partners that go in search for the truth are chosen very naturally. I can't emphasize how important this is to me, as there have been too many times where things happen because they just have to. But here, why is Jon Stewart chosen? Because he's the new Green Lantern who can't get the ring off. He is the key to planet Oa. Green Arrow is chosen because he's worried about his friend and refuses to accept the news of his possible demise. But why not Martian or Cheetah with her totems, who is as powerful as Green Lantern? Well, they have been detecting anomalies for a while now, but someone needs to man the station. So Martian, the only one capable of controlling the tower, stays behind. And Cheetah is going to be ready to be deployed in areas requiring assistance. How perfect is that? Does it not feel like a genuine discussion? Also, just a reminder that the movie as a whole has an origin story, a mystery that takes them to another destination, and another one, this time concerning the fate of two races who suspiciously began a war at the same time. Hal Jordan disappeared. This leads to the reveal of the antagonist, and then you're given the answers alongside a final twist. 10 out of 10 brains blown. Now, if this has motivated people to give the movie a try, I can safely say that my job is done. And now it's hobby time. This hobby is discussing all the likes and dislikes of the movie in great detail. But it is restricted to those who have watched the movie, I, me, and myself. So, here is your spoiler warning, and here is the countdown.
Hit the targets! Position 2, go! Hit the targets! Flashbang through the door! Position 4, hit the targets! Position 5, go! Hit the targets! 6, go! Flashbang through the door! Hit the targets! Final position, go! Sprint to the finish! Fast, but sloppy. You need to work on your...
Now that the new rules are in session, The court will be brought up to speed with a brief summary. Jon Stewart, the military veteran who is riddled with PTSD, is coincidentally chosen to be a Green Lantern. Confused by his new set of powers, he visits the Justice League satellite. There, after a small confrontation with Green Arrow, they go to OA, the Green Lantern HQ. The planet has been massacred, and a dumb hawk girl is successfully captured in a Pokeball. They also find an estranged soldier on another planet and capture him too. Now these two, Thanagarian and Ran, discover that the ongoing intergalactic cross-species war between these two species is the plot of a third party and move in to intercept them. They are no match for Sinestro and get captured. They are imprisoned with Hal Jordan and reveal everything. Sinestro hears everything and goes to give the people of Ran the final blow. Hal escapes with the crew to the secret base of Ran, where he betrays everyone and takes control of the weapon of mass destruction. Jon fights him and Green Arrow kills him. Soldier kills himself to stop the blue ray of death, because of course there is one. And we have a nice DC-style melancholic ending. Now, I have to say that the fights are very good, particularly Hal's 3 fights, where he manages to outsmart his opponents and kill them in cold blood. This was our first clue, but we chalk it up to him coping up with the loss of his planet, friends, power, long imprisonment sessions, and hopefully also torture ones. So when his final form comes to light, I have to say that I'm genuinely shocked, and he looks badass. I mean, the green mass of energy swirling around him, having 14-15 rings on his arms, but with yellow ring at the center, which is a clear indication of corruption. All of this was a huge blow to me, because I didn't expect it. I have to say, though, that there are a few criticisms here. For example, his line of thinking of having a fresh new start, a fresh new world, brought to you by Green Lantern Corps, was very unoriginal and boring. And the fact that Jon Stewart, a rookie in all manner, managed to beat him up quite easily. I was also disappointed with Hawk Girl being so annoying. Trust me, if she died in the initial confrontation, I would be over the moon. Plus, her presence in OA is very questionable and confusing. But then the story and the politics of this world more than makes up for it. All in all, to me personally, this was a movie I paid more attention to the character development, the intergalactic conflicts, than the superpowered fights. And I commend them for that. But what about you guys? What do you think? Other than desperately clicking the like, share, and subscribe buttons. I'm sorry. Let's get back to the topic, shall we? There have not been any user ratings or reviews of this show, so I would honestly hope for some genuine feedbacks in the comments section below. But I did find 2 critics review on IMDb, and now we all know that critics speak the mind of public. They have been for years, but these 2 were seemingly in conflict with each other, which I found very enjoyable. The first one criticized the overcomplication of what was supposed to be an origin story of Jon Stewart, giving it a C- and calling it a massive disappointment. He also mentioned that the action scenes were lackluster, which I partially agree with, but giving it a low rating when they not only introduced a new character but showed the old ones with such amazing twists and turns has to amount to something more than C-. Right? Hello? Though on the other end of the spectrum, we have this. Stop!
I had an entire part criticizing the review, but it isn't a review, at least not an original one. Under the review section it literally is copy-paste of the one we saw before. Also under YouTube reviews I am really not sure if these are the people affiliated with Movies and Mania or not. So the whole section had to be unfortunately scraped.
And now I unfortunately have to return to my life of being a sloth. Thank you for watching my video to its completion and share your thoughts down below. Also stay tuned for more. Bye bye.